what was the thought process of bringing Foster's? You don't have to talk about the origin story of Foster's, but bringing in the art style, or the art style you chose specifically for Foster's.
Well, I wanted the show. I'm a big fan of psychedelia, right? And I like just that kind of visual language of psychedelic stuff. And I wanted to make kind of a trippy psychedelic show. And I just thought, like, well, I've got these crazy creatures.
Mm-hmm.
What's a nice visual that they're going to look really cool against? And I'm like, oh, this ornate Victorian mansion seems like a kind of a magical, otherworldly place, right? It doesn't look like any house that's on your normal street. So just looking at it as the house, you're like, there's something special going on there.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of a neat art style to juxtapose with these surreal kind of creatures. You know, also those Victorian mansions are huge and they've got lots of rooms, and we kind of always saw the mansion is like a little bit like the Winchester Mystery House. I don't know if you know about that, which is like the people who started the Winchester Rifle Company. I think they believed their house was haunted and they needed to keep constructing it. So they would build hallways to nowhere and doors that opened onto brick walls. And there's a whole story about it. So we were just like, oh, it's called the Winchester Mystery House. So we were like, let's make Foster's like that. So it's in a kind of imaginative, surreal, psychedelic environment. And I was like, that's just going to be cool to look at.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a cool visual style. And yeah, definitely UPA was a huge influence on that show. And just kind of, I always wanted to do things where, like, if a kid's clicking around a channel, I want to make shows where they go, wait, what's that? Something to make them just stop for a second and watch. So that's always kind of like what I was doing. And I thought that would just look cool.
Yeah.
You know?